Hello and welcome back to another video. It's October, so it's time for a city update. The biggest change we've made since last month's update is the background. So we'll go into detail about this, but if you want to know how I built it and how much it cost, check out my previous video, which shows me building this and sort of the process behind making it. So be sure to check that out after you watch this video. So now I'll bring you in for a closer look at some of the changes we've made to our mini city. So before we get into the details, here's a quick overview of what our city layout currently looks like, in case you're new here and have never seen this before. So let's start with the right hand side city area. We've added a few more skyscrapers. So we've got 1, 2, 3 new ones. Well, these two are relocated. The construction site has been relocated. It used to be in the front here, which is now a car park for the train station and shopping mall. We've added a curved road and we still need to continue adding it along here. There's a museum which has moved from the back area and I think it looks quite nice here at the front. I opted to move it above the train station because it's quite a small building and I think it adds a nice amount of interest in the front here rather than being lost in the back. So if we move along from the city area all the way to the left here, we'll come across some new sheep. So I've added a paddock full of sheep. So there's 4 studs. And I would use your imagination for this because a stud is quite large for a sheep, so it's not one sheep, there's sort of like a cluster of sheep. The fences have been added by putting this grill element on its side and slotting it in between the studs. Now above that we have added another tunnel, a tunnel sort of exit to the rural area, and now there's a gravel road and the grey house has been moved and a lot of colourful plants have been added in front of it to give it some cool landscaping. And the same technique for the house gate was used for the sheep pen, so it's the grill element on its side again slotted in between 2 studs. A little bit of height has been added to the mountain as well. This is a continuous work in progress because I'm always running quite low on grey brick and plate, and now I need white plate and brick to continue the snow that's forming on the top. So it's not finished, there's still a lot of gaps, but I am happy with the height we've added to it. Now inside is the ruins that you would have seen on a previous update, and also a little yeti. Now that's the stack of 4 studs. So that's the little Easter egg there. If you're wondering what that is, it's a yeti. Also, this seagull, I recently went to a brick convention run by a lug that is in my area. I bought the little guy, and I know it's in the wrong scale, but we can ignore that. It's a ginormous seagull and I love it there. So he's happy just chilling on the rocks. Now a quick little look at the background that I've added, which I'm very pleased with. It makes the entire city look so much larger, which is what I was hoping for, and there's sort of like a horizon line with the city. So we have a little rugby field with the posts. The snow in this front mountain is raised. We've got 3D clouds, hot air balloon, which is quite fun. The city buildings in all different colours and different shapes. Plus, if you've seen the other video, these are a cool little Easter egg and they actually glow in the dark. So that's to stop planes from crashing into the tall buildings. So that's most of the changes that have happened in Bricklington over the past month. Now something else I've built in the spirit of October is this little graveyard. So I hope you can see that. It is very small and I'll film a close-up to add to this. So here we have the church and some fences, a little pathway coming out of the church around and into the cemetery. We've got 3 ghosts. They are floating around the cemetery. We've got some headstones. They're the dark grey cheese slopes, and some pine trees, dark green pine trees. So I thought this was a pretty cool mini build. If you're interested, I could do a separate video on how I built this. Let me know if that's something you want to see. I'm sure you could probably copy it and try figure this out just by seeing what I've got here. Oh, another thing, just to give it sort of a bit of a plinth to stand on, I added some bones underneath it. So that's sort of a little Easter egg graveyard theme, you know, a little bit morbid, but you bury people and then the bones are left in the ground. So that's a little nod to the whole vibe of this build. So it's meant to be spooky, and that's sort of what it is. So that's my little Halloween build. Feel free to recreate this, and if you do, I would love to see your builds as well. So I've made an Instagram. Feel free to follow me on there and share your mini builds or anything you create. I'm really trying to make a bit of a community focusing on mini builds, micro builds, rather than the large Lego sets, you know. So if you end up building something small, let me know. I'd love to see it and possibly share it. It's just the same name as here, the Mini Brick Club, but on Instagram. So I hope I've earned your subscription in this video. I'm excited to see what we continue to build and how the mini city continues to change and grow and change some more. So thank you for watching this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.